Document retention is always a questionable area for employers, and particularly for I-9s with the penalties, as we've discussed. Really, what are the requirements for retention of these I-9 forms and any documentation?
I would tell you, if I was, as an employer, and our firm's an employer just like anybody else, you want to have backup. You want to probably have the paper I-9 forms in the one folder we were talking about in a locked cabinet. I would also be scanning my I-9s in electronically to have a backup. Say maybe I get an ICE officer coming for an audit, and I want to produce copies of the I-9 forms. I want to have a backup copy to make sure that I can locate them in a short time notice, especially if I've got multiple locations, and I just want to have a backup. I don't want to depend on that one file and not be able to find it.
So, in fact, you are able to scan and load these in a computer. That does not violate any Privacy Act or any parts of this law.
Not a bit. You do have certain requirements. Let's talk about the retention requirement. And this is kind of a nice little form to help you understand. You have to retain an I-9 form for 3 years from the date it was filled out, completed, or from 1 year after the employee leaves you, whichever is longer. Say somebody has worked for me for 6 months. I've got to retain that I-9 form for 2 years and 6 months after they leave my employment. Say if they worked for me for 4 years, I've got to retain that I-9 for 1 year after they left my employment. Does that